This program is brought to you by Simulus Clothing, official title sponsors of Formula Virtual Racing. But wait, there's more. Check out the official Formula Virtual Racing merchandise line out now exclusively to Simulus Clothing. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the program. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to Monte Carlo. It is the Monaco Grand Prix. It's one of the finest races on the Formula 1 and the FVR calendar, and we have a star-studded lineup here for you this evening. But enough about us commentators. There's quite a good lineup of drivers here as well, looking to try and win this famous race. Alongside me for this evening, it is Kyle Davison. Kyle, how are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing well again. I mean, Monaco, I'm excited. It's one of the best races we're going to see, and I'm betting on 2 safety cars, so take me up on a 5 for that one. Yeah, really excited overall.
You gamble responsibly, kids. And then, of course, unfortunately, we don't have the budget to physically fly him to the Monaco pit lane, but joining us from that side of things, Brendan, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Hopefully this time we might get a little more excitement in Monaco. The idea potential of safety cars is something that will surprise us all, because the last time we saw a safety car in Monaco in FVR was F1 2020.
No, we definitely got one in 20. Or did we? No, we didn't get one in 2021. Yeah, no, you're probably right.
No. Yeah, because put it this way, the last time we got safety cars in Monaco, Luke Davies was nowhere near this grid. He probably hadn't even gotten into secondary school yet.
Ah, well, we always have the good Luke Davies child jokes. But Luke, of course, won this race last year. He took pole in crunch qualifying. No, there's none of that malarkey here today, folks. We just got straight qualifying. And, of course, went on to take one of his finest performances. Luke winning his first Monaco Grand Prix en route to his first world title. Maybe a good omen for him coming into this one, trying to win his second Monaco Grand Prix in the midst of defending his second title. You see Jack Redmond retiring from the session. That's a qualifying suspension for him for accumulating 6 driver penalty points. So he will be starting down the back of this Monaco grid. It is a difficult challenge, but you can still get points from it. And Max Verstappen doing that in 2019, of course. We're looking at Jonathan Jürgens-Meyer, who is setting his sights on a good result here at Monte Carlo. This leads me nicely into talking about our championship standings. Jürgens-Meyer, who's just clattering the wall at the back, is 5th place in the driver's standings, but it is very close in the top. 5 points separate the mighty legend Rosenberg and Avesta Gobadi, and they're both maybe slightly wounded coming into this one. Avesta's been driving an endurance race all day for Kyle's team, and Legend is just getting over COVID, so we wish them both well. That is a terrible laugh for Jonathan Jürgens-Meyer. Tyler Davison then goes quickest. He's beaten by Rosenberg by 0.6 of a second. Legend is on provisional pole here at Monte Carlo. Den Heyer went to 4th. That's Adrian Tushy then, who went to 5th. Avesta Gobadi. Oh, here we go again. This is the Gobadi-Rosenberg show, as Avesta Gobadi sets a blistering time, 109 flat. What can Davies do? Took pole here last year, beats Tyler Davison, and I dare say that's not really the quickest Tyler can go. To give him a little bit of an excuse here, he's been driving Formula Ford cars all day in the Formula Student Championship, which is a university championship across the United Kingdom and some from Ireland. Brendan, your university has a team in it.
I want to be honest, I didn't even know.
But just more focusing on FVR here, in terms of a Monaco Grand Prix, it is a race that is rooted in history, but there is no denying... Oh, Thomas Main, apologies, goes to second. And this doesn't really lead nicely into my point here, but I think it is still factual. Kyle, there's no denying Legend is probably the favourite for this one.
Yes, definitely. His pace is still on top, and I mean, he's already been third, and that even with the COVID, and of course, him being quite rusty. If I say rusty is, of course, not the best word I could use here, because he would still beat me any day. But yeah, he does have a little bit of form loss here, and he's still in P3, only 2 tenths behind Avesta. On a track like this, that might not seem as much, but it is quite heavy, as there are loads of corners where loads of times it is gained and lost. So nonetheless, this qualifying will be amazing, and I think Legend is still the most likely to win it. But yeah, I think there's a great battle coming up here with Avesta and Legend, and even Thomas Main there with a 9.2. That's a fast one as well. Exciting times ahead, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. We're looking at Enzo King heading in towards the swimming pool chicane, or Le Piscine, as there's an improvement for Nathan Marriott, who goes to 7th for the Williams Racing team. Here comes Enzo King riding through the final corners. Let's see what the Austrian can do across the line, and that's going to jump him up to 9th place, just behind Tim Denhire. Enzo and Jack are going to have a little bit maybe of a back and forth here this week, as we are unfortunately caught on Enzo's car. Were not best of friends last week. And Wonfi Anderson, actually, first podium in FVR for the Swede was this time last season at the Monaco Grand Prix. He goes to 5th, not a bad job at all.
And if I'm not interrupting here, Lightning Luke, or Luke Davies I should say, the child who is really fast from out the womb, is already improving by almost 2 tenths. It's more than 2 tenths, so it's almost 2.5 tenths as he goes through these final corners and almost clips the wall. He's just on the limit here. Last few corners now, and it's quite close. I believe he's got a chance on getting Avesta here. We'll see in a moment here. Last corner, you don't want to mess it up either. The traction is really hard to get right, but he seems to have gotten it right here. It's a 9.0 and it's cool. Oh, that is by a close one though.
Luke Davies.
That is really close.
That is, yeah, you're spot on there, Kyle. That is really close. Luke, I didn't think he had that in him, to be brutally honest.
Me neither. That was quite close. So it's still really close. So we'll see, of course, later on the session if it really is a good time, because I think all these guys with track evolution, it's going to be, I mean, really heavy on a track like this. So I think the times will even go faster. But yeah, this is a great sign for him. So early on in the race, already being ahead of everyone.
And it goes to show that maybe last season was not a fluke for Luke Davies. He is actually quick around this Monaco Grand Prix circuit.
Yeah, he won it last time round, if I'm not mistaken here. So yeah, that definitely shows. It's not only one lap though; it's multiple laps. I believe it's 36 or 39. Even.
I think it's 39.
It's 39 laps. All of those laps you need to keep it out of the wall to get that win, because one mistake, it gets you in the wall, it gets you in the pit lane, wing gone, rear wing gone, mentality gone, and you're done. So it not only is over one lap though, so we'll have to see, of course, the whole race. He needs to keep it clean. But yeah, this is a really good sign. Not a good sign for Legend though, who's also on a lap. He is
Jurgensmeyer.
Oof.
Jonathan Jurgensmeyer is in the wall at the Nouvelle chicane. Brendan, did you catch that one? Because I think we did catch it on stream, but I wasn't actually looking at the screen. I'm trying to fix something with the broadcast.
Yeah, I didn't see that much, but it looks like just one of those kind of Monaco crashes. You just cause it up. Well, when you put in the context of hitting the wall earlier, it looks like one of those kind of races with Engineer Smart where yes, you do wake up on the wrong side of the bed, but you get on the wrong side of the car, and you end up on the wrong side of the fence later because you hit the wrong part of the wall.
Really interesting to see, though, the Lightning... I keep saying Lightning Luke for some reason. It's Luke Davies, of course. He
picked the name, so you're more than fine.
Yeah, he did pick that name. But, of course, I should be saying the real names over here. Luke Davies, 3-lap-old softs. That was the time that was... his pole time was set on 3-lap-old softs. That goes to show something. As Legend has made a mistake. He slid away in the chicane entering Sector 2. I'm not sure what the name is, but I'm sure Evan can pronounce it properly. But
Nouvelle chicane.
The Nouvelle chicane.
The Nouvelle chicane.
Nouvelle. Yeah, pardon my French, I could say. Yeah, the Haas driver struggling around there, so we're gonna have to see if that took a stroke on his mentality. I don't think it did, but yeah, it can be hard to improve when all you do is mistakes.
Yeah, it is certainly going to be hard to improve, but we're looking at Thomas May, and let's see can he improve heading down towards the start-finish straight. He can, but it's not by an awful lot. Tim Denhire not on a lap as well at this moment. Nils Hartl is rounding through the final corner, but he was 4 seconds down on his lap. Birthday boy, Cam Dulger, heading up the hill, up towards the left-hander, which name escapes me. I will remember it at some point. I take pride in my Monaco track names towards Casino Square, and I hope he's not just been blocked by the Ferrari. No, I think he's on a cool down lap anyways. Here comes Vestago Bardi running from the final corner. Oh, Thomas Main, he's done a Rosberg. He is parked it at Upper Mirabo.
Oh.
And even that is... I mean, he outbraked himself, I think, over there, but that is a weird mistake on a cooldown lap. Maybe some loss of focus there. Oh, Vesta's out! Oh, big crash there. Right-hand side has totally gone. He steered in too early. I just got that on camera, and that is a Vesta out already.
Avesta Gobadi, that is a crucial incident. That could be the deciding factor between him winning this Monaco Grand Prix and an absolute disaster. And that's one of the big players out of this battle for pole. Luke Davies improving again in that first sector. I'll tell you what, Luke has that swagger about him at Monaco that you need to win a Monaco Grand Prix. This is going quite well once again for Luke around the streets of Monte Carlo.
Yeah, it is. He's improving again. It's Sector 1, he was improving by a small margin though, but even the smallest margins matter. As you could clearly see, the difference between him and Avesta are also really close. And this is a crucial part of the track here. You want to not steer into the wall where so many have already been caught sleeping. I mean, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer in this session alone, and this looks clean. It looks perfect almost. He gets on a traction perfectly at every corner, and that looks like sliding through the butter like with a hot knife. And I think that's pole position. Oof, that is still pole position, but again, not by a lot. Small mileages matter today.
Yeah, certainly. Apologies, folks. The voice of Brendan graphic won't work because I don't know why. It's not showing up in my files. So apologies, but Brendan is still here. We'll try and get him a graphic for the near future. 3/10 of a second improvement for Tyler Davison in the middle sector, which is purple as he's heading in towards the La Rascasse hairpin just beside the Rascasse Cafe, and then in towards... Oh, I thought he was into the wall there, but just a bit of a lag spike for the Briton, and here he comes across the start-finish line, beats Wong Fee Anderson, goes to 5th, still a little bit of Legend, who is pumping in his next hot lap here at the Monaco Grand Prix. Down through the tunnel towards the New Belgium Gate. If you actually hit the inside of that tunnel, I suppose the corner bit, there's actually a little groove in the track that completely unsettles your car. Legend braking late for the hairpin, but a little bit out of shape through there. He'll hopefully be looking to continue, and big improvements in that middle sector. 3/10, and no, he's invalidated it. Oh, Legend Rosenberg, that could be crucial. He's invalidated his time right heading through La Piscine and the swimming pool chicane, and that was certainly on for pole position, as I've just pulled my microphone off its arm. Apologies.
Yeah, definitely, that was on for pole position. That was a 3/10 up, more than 3/10 even, and again, a Sector 2 mistake caught him out. I did notice while looking at him that he uses his brake to steer in the car, which is really cool to see. His setup is so... well, you could say loose that his car just steers into the corner. He uses his braking. Well, oh god, there's... Oh no, never mind. That's someone retiring.
No.
But yeah, the braking he uses to steer in his car. It's amazing to see. We should definitely try to get another POV of his lap, because that was really interesting to see. And I thought he wasn't improving, and it was like a bad lap or something, but. No, it was really good up until that invalidation.
Yeah,
really
I think
unfortunate.
That new little glitch where if you slam and lock the rears, it kind of slides around. Brendan, a bit of an ooh from you there. What did you catch?
There's actually Wong Fee Anderson, P5. He's doing very well for himself here in Monte Carlo.
He's quite good around
Davison,
here.
Who, yeah, but even then, he seems to be capable of mixing it with the what you would call the top drivers of FVR. I'm interested to see how this group might shape up here, because you have some drivers here. You wouldn't be surprised if the order was actually nearly somewhat flipped, particularly between I'd say P7 and probably even P10. You could say any one of them four could be in any one of them four places, or they could even be a little bit above or below. So maybe one more lap around Monte Carlo, and who do you think is going to take pole?
Yeah, you make a very good point there. I certainly think the grid could be swapped around a lot, and especially in this battle for pole position, because there's genuinely well, Avesta's gone now. I would have said 4 cars, 5 who could fight for it, but now I'll say 3 or 4. And one of these is Thomas Main, who gets on his way now, heading through Saint-Devoux and up Beau Rivage in towards the left-hander of Massenet. There is a Haas on the outside who he's got to avoid and just about does that, and then in towards the Casino Square, down towards Upper Mirabeau, and braking for this downhill corner where he has crashed once today, but it was not terminal, and he managed to get it out of the walls through the hairpin, Lowe's hairpin, as it used to be known. I think it's called the Grand Hotel hairpin or something now, but it was Lowe's hairpin when I was growing up. And then in towards the right-hander of Portier, down towards the famous tunnel featured in Penguins of Madagascar and many other movies, I'm sure more serious ones than that. And he's not going to be the first and maybe not the last, but that is an invalidation for Thomas Main at the Nouvelle Chicane. Kyle, quite costly.
Yep, it is quite costly, and it's again a Sector 2 mistake. Sector 2 catching a lot of guys sleeping today, and that was a mistake that could have been easily avoided. Looked like a good lap for the first 2 sectors, first 1.5 sectors, I should say. But right after the Madagascar node, he lost it, and that's a corner where it usually doesn't really happen. Also wanted to point out that it's a great notice by Brendan here that this grid is really volatile. It's really interesting to see. I can even see a fastest Sector 2 from the second Ferrari driver there.
Nils. He Schumachered
and I
it.
jinxed him. That is my fault. Yep, I should have not said that.
Yep.
Commentator jinx.
Yeah. That is a commentator's curse from Mr.
Yeah.
Kyle Davis, his first of many here in Formula Virtual Racing. Nils, why have you continued on? Actually, mightn't have damage. It doesn't look like he has damage, but Nils Hartl does hit the wall at the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying in a Ferrari. Oh, he's invalidated his next efforts. But
No, I know what's going to happen here, actually. No, he'll just recharge his battery and then go again.
we got to turn our focus, though, to the battle for pole. Legend Rosenberg sets on his final run here in qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix, and the pressure is on him like it's never usually on him here at Monaco. Big Sector 1 for Rosenberg, in towards Upper Mirabeau, and then in towards the Grand Hotel hairpin. Rotates his Haas car around nicely. Legend. As Thomas Main has crashed it at the final corner of Anthony Knows. That's the Ferrari out of qualifying here in Monaco. Invalidated his last effort, but he is now out of qualifying. Rosenberg down towards the Nouvelle Chicane. He has been deemed the king of Monte Carlo on many an occasion here in Formula Virtual Racing. He has multiple 20-plus second wins here, but the pressure is on him to take pole. Look at that. 6/10 of a second in the middle sector. This is not a man, this is a machine round this Monte Carlo circuit. In towards Anthony Knows, where the Belgian made his mistake. Rosenberg is going to set this time that is going to be absolutely unbeatable from all. Rosenberg to pole by 6, almost 7/10 of a second, and Luke Davies is done on his next run. Rosenberg has turned on the afterburners and has put in the lap when it mattered most. Here comes Davison to the line for AlphaTauri. Can he jump up a few places? No, it's not even an improvement. Wangfi Anderson as well is down on his time. We're going to have a couple coming around the final few corners now. Adrian Tishy's not made the line even on his lap. Disappointing for the young Canadian. Wangfi Anderson will have to wait and see on his middle sector. Liam Houseman as well is on a lap here, entering in towards Tabak, the left-hander. Keeps it out of the Armco. That's actually a 3/10 of a second improvement for Liam Houseman through there. Quite impressive for him. The Dutchman avoids the walls at La Piscine and braking for the Ras Kass. Slightly misses the inside line, but different drivers take a different approach through there, so it could be Liam's line of preference. Here he comes towards the start-finish line. Can he break further into the top 10? Absolutely can. 7th position for Liam Houseman. Nathan Marriott is one of few on a lap. His teammate Wangfi Anderson pulls into the pit lane. Here comes Tim Den Heyer rounding through the final corners. He is 0.2 of a second up and he's weaving. So Den Heyer is not going to improve there. He obviously felt he didn't have the time in hand. Here comes Nils Hartl towards the start-finish line. Can the German maybe jump up at the end of qualifying? He can jump up to 9th, which is a good and respectable effort. And Marriott spins it through Anthony No. And that'll be that, ladies and gentlemen. We thought there was a battle for pole. There really wasn't. He was just waiting and teasing us.
He really was. That was insane. I mean, 6.5 tenths on Monaco is just a beating. And that is, unfortunately, because Luke's also a child, I should say Jill. Anyway, though, that is an insane lap. That is, I can't even comprehend it. I mean, we were talking about small margins earlier on, but there's definitely no small margin between P1 and 2. However, the margin behind that is still insane. And it makes you think, though, what would Avesta have done?
It does.
I mean, probably
That's-
not close, but
It does.
Say
We
something.
will continue this conversation, however, after the commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in a few moments. This program is brought to you by Simulus Clothing, official title sponsors of Formula Virtual Racing. But wait, there's more. Check out the official Formula Virtual Racing merchandise line out now exclusively to Simulus Clothing. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the program. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Monaco Grand Prix. On your screen, you can see the 3.337 kilometre circuit, 2.07 miles and 19 corners that these drivers must tackle here this evening in Formula Virtual Racing. Kyle and Brendan, quick prediction from you both. Who takes the win here?
legend, easily. No questions asked. That is a beating in pole, and that is going to be a beating in the race as well.
Have we lost Brendan? Is Brendan still there? Oh no, hold on. We're going to have to unfortunately leave Brendan because we have lights coming on. Here, it is Rosenberg and Luke Davies on the front row as we go racing here in Monte Carlo. Good start from Vesta Gobadi there off the second row. Davies has to defend into the first corner. Thomas Main looked to approach as well as Wangfi Anderson is looking to get the spot on Tyler Davison up the hill in towards Massenet for the first time. It's it's Rosenberg who leads from Davies. The Haasman is ahead of the McLaren here on the opening lap. It seemed all fairly straightforward heading through the first couple of corners for the first time. We've not lost anybody, and make sure to keep an eye on Jack Redmond from the back of the grid here as well. Of course, he had a qualifying suspension, so we didn't really get to see his pace in towards Lowe's Hairpin for the first time. Big dive from Borbune, opportunistic as Borbune is going across the tarmac here at Lowe's Hairpin, trying to make a move work. But Borbune, I think he got one spot, might have got two, but we'll wait and see. The positional changes on your screen. No, he actually lost the spot from the race start, so that was not a profitable endeavour for Borbune, as Luke Davies has got to push through this middle sector for the next two laps if he wants to keep in Legends DRS. We have a look over the Monaco Harbour as there is a yellow flag, and it is Jack Redmond and Andrew Davis who have both come a cropper at the Nouvelle Chicane. Unfortunate there for the Alfa Romeo and the AlphaTauri. Probably the most timid FVR start we've ever had.
Green is to get away with like this part of the race, but that is a big gap that's already being formed, and not a gracious move indeed by Borbune there. That was interesting to see his car being stranded up all like that. Loads of gaps already though. There is multiple breaks in the DRS already, so I don't think any train will be formed. Loads of lockups in the chicane there, as there is a really big battle there between the McLaren of Bunnies? Adrian Taishi, I'm sorry, I'm not awake at the moment. Anyway, these guys are quite clean, yeah.
Borbune might be able to get his move done because Tim Denhara had a massive slide coming out, or coming into Portier, I should say. Here comes Borbune, he's going to go last the late breakers. No, lifts off early, actually. Must have used up all of his bravery on that opening lap. Getting higher. Wow, that's slidey in the middle sector. Let's take a look at your tyres that these drivers started on. Okay, we've got each of the dry compounds on your screen, folks. We've got the mediums for your top three. Thomas Main going for the softs. Then it is mediums for Davison down to Nathan Marriott. Then it is hards for Con Dulger, the birthday boy. Mediums for Neil Tartle. Hards for Enzo King, as there's a side-by-side here between the American and the Canadian, who are both on the medium compound tire, and then the two behind them both on the hards. This is Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, who's looking to try to get the job done on the Canadian of Adrian Tishy. Of course, Adrian part of that McLaren outfit. That is doing relatively decent in the constructors' standings, of course. Your leaders are Haas, but McLaren's hit fourth, which is not the worst in the world. But they are, of course, trying to defend not one but two Constructors' Championship titles. Here comes Jurgensmeyer, blade breaking down the inside. Goes the American. Is Jurgensmeyer able to get it done? No, there's a little bit of rubbing in towards the hairpin. That's to be expected at Monaco, and he goes side by side in a sector such as this one. But this is getting very scrappy here down the back, and I gotta say, we have quite a few gaps forming here in the train. It's not your typical DRS train here at Monaco.
Definitely not. I mean, that's probably because of the long, the not so long straights. There is one big straight though. So yeah, there could be a possibility of a train being formed, but as of now, it looks like a Legend and some others are absolutely breaking the train. Legend hammering on those lap times though. It's already a 3-second gaps, and we're only 4 laps in. Davies needs to get a step on it. Same goes for the guys in the back who've made a mistake early in the race, but seem to be catching up already.
Yeah, it seems like that we're gonna have a battle for second here. Sorry, Brendan.
Just seeing there, Nathan Marriott, and a little bit of contact with the wall. He was looking at a move on Liam Houseman, but just made a little bit of contact there at the left wall and just on the what. And now he's got to wait here because we have a Dutch train forming, very much led by Houseman, and it goes all the way from 7th to 10th. So we have. And then the other train headed by a certain Luke Davies. So a couple of trains forming here.
There is a couple of trains, one not being one for the race lead. Legend's gone, and I can't really say I'm overly surprised. Let us know down below how much you think Legend's going to win this one by, because he already has 4 seconds on last year's Monaco Grand Prix winner in almost 4 laps. But Kyle, how can Thomas Main make these soft tyres work? He's gone for the quickest compound, but it's very difficult to make a successful overtake.
Oh yeah, it is. And of course, one thing to also note is Monaco. The stack is quite heavy on the tire wear. So I think the only option he has is to really go cautious into these corners. But that's one thing you don't want. You don't want to lose track position here. And you only do that by going slow or safely into these corners. So it's definitely, I think, all the wrong strategy for him. I think he should have gone for the mediums, just like basically the whole grid has, except for the hard runners who are probably doing the hard medium strategy here. As we can see, the trains are also getting closer and closer. In the meantime, though, there's one man who I just have to say it every lap because this amazes me. He made so many mistakes in the qualification, but look at where he is right now. 4.5 seconds in the lead. No mistakes at all. It's a clean race.
Kyle asking, do safety cars work at Monaco now? So I've heard, but I'm not entirely sure. Sorry, that's Kyle Albert, by the way. Kyle Davis is the one alongside me. As we have a yellow flag, that's Andrew Davis out of the Monaco Grand Prix. This is going to test it then. Do we get a safety car? It's the first retirement of the Season 11 Monaco Grand Prix. It's a car shattered in the middle of the track, meaning Luke Davies is a liar and the safety cars do not work.
This is why Luke Davies isn't winning this race.
To be fair,
maybe this is
P2 is still a really good result against Luke, considering the man in front of him is a future esports prospect.
I mean, yeah, but it's still 5.2 seconds, so it's even a beating for him. Look, you're going into these races practicing all the day.
This is Legend of Monaco. Did we really expect anything else?
No, I mean, we didn't, but coming from the perspective of someone who's practicing a lot, probably a lot, because Luke Davies has been practicing. Otherwise, you're not in P2, not on an FVR grid. He's been practicing too.
Maybe.
So it might, you got to feel for the guy, you know. It's unfortunate for him too. Also got to feel for someone else, Malorky or Macaulay, some could say. Don't know what his real name is. He says, breaking news, I can race next week in the chat. He's got a broken ankle. How are you going to do that?
1 foot, maybe if it's the left one.
Brendan drives with 1 foot, by the way.
Foot.
Just feel we should address this. Brendan only uses 1 foot for driving.
Does he?
Yeah, it's criminal.
Yeah,
How?
Criminal.
you do
That is
it in real life. You do it
Don't
in a
do
normal
this in
car.
real life. You drive. I don't drive an F1 car in real life.
Sorry, force a habit. I've been driving since I was like a little kid, so yeah.
What do you do with the other foot? Do you just strangle it up in the air and start waving?
I'm also not trying to take corners at 300 kilometers an hour. Well, I'm not really in an F1 car either, but you know what I mean.
You identify as... Oh, no, let's not go there. Anyway, there's a battle. There's a big battle. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer on the inside of Adrian Thijs. Looks for it, doesn't go for it. Chooses the safe option to stay in the race. Not cost that safety car that looks been promising us all race now. Still hasn't come. And
Here comes Jurgensmeyer. Oh, late braking on the inside goes Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Now Tishy still side by side. Bit of a wheel bang. Jack Redmond looking to get involved in this one. Jack with a bit of a send. Jack, of course, was a Monaco Grand Prix winner here in FVR for a day. Then he got a penalty for killing, was it 3 or 4 people at turn number 1. But Jack, unfortunately, is going to find it difficult to cut through the pack here. Is Jurgensmeyer going to go for the outside? No, he's trying the dummy in towards the Nouvelle Chicane. I think that's the first time I've ever seen someone try that, moving towards the Nouvelle Chicane. I definitely thought there was going to be a McLaren shattered into the wall like Nico Rosberg, unfortunately, was at that corner. Many a year ago. But a bit of a tap on the inside wall for Jurgensmeyer. That's another thing we got to remember here. Damage is enabled. This isn't a career mode or a practice race. If you tap that wall, you are losing a bit of your front wing, and when downforce is as crucial as it is at Monaco, that can be quite costly. Here comes Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, tucked into the slipstream of Tichy once again. No, gotta say, Adrian, doing a solid job here, because they're not even losing that much pace compared to the cars in front. And Jonathan, has he sustained damage there? No, somehow still okay.
And yeah, in the meantime, we can also make a notable difference announcement here between Jonathan Jurgensmeyer ERS level. He's almost 40% higher than Adrian Thijs. So Adrian Thijs is really fighting this one out. He's trying to not give up that so important track position. As I've just seen a chat by Macaulay here, or Malork. He uses his gear pedals as accelerators because it's pressure censored. That's
Oh, that explains his Canadian Grand Prix performance. That's worse than Brendan. That's way worse.
Anyway.
That's terrible. How do you drive like
I
that?
can't to commentate, not get insulted. Although, actually, we do that to Luke Davies every week in a, well, probably a more subtle manner, but yeah.
No, you straight up call him out every week. I do it subtly. Like, I call him, well, I do it subtly by saying, like, he's 8.3 seconds behind Legend Rosenberg on the 9th lap of the Monaco Grand Prix. Just like I say, Kyle is statistically the 92nd best driver in this organisation.
Alright, now calm down. Let's not talk about the fact that I would beat you in a 1v1.
Mr. David.
You would not beat me in a 1v. You would not.
I'm betting you right now that I could do that. I would literally...
On
the inside there, and he's got... Oh! Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
That was like, oh no, behind. Yep. Oh, what is happening? There's someone desync there, and I saw a car fly.
Oh, well, as here comes Bunny, or Adrian Tishy, I should say, here, diving down the inside of Jurgen. I saw to Portier. How has this ended? Well, this is sketchy time as Adrian, all out of shape, now has Jack Redmond driving around the outside of him. And that battle for 13 rages on. It is Jurgensmeyer, Redmond, and then Adrian Tishy. Yes, Tim Den Heyer is out of the Monaco Grand Prix. He has hit the wall at the Nouvelle Chicane, misjudged it. Not a good opportunity for him. Tim is out of the race. Very unfortunate.
Notable thing to see, though, the safety car is not out. So, Luke, you've been lying to us. We will note that one down.
Yeah, unfortunate there, Luke.
Yeah, Sam Lewis in the chat as well. Rosenberg's unstoppable. Yeah, he totally is. That is a...
Oh, no. Yeah, that is true. Rosenberg is basically unstoppable, pretty much.
Oh, another move.
This battle for 13th, I think, is the most interesting one here. Or was it another move, Brendan?
It was actually move for 12th. Redmond past Jurgensmeyer.
Jack Redmond has got past Jonathan. Do you want to know who taught Jack how to race and defend successfully around Monaco? Because it was me. It was me who did it. So, great to see my young prodigy cut through the field.
I'm just gonna say right now, I want to 1v1 you on Monaco one time and just see
You
who
want
gets-
to 1v1 me around Monaco.
I will, and
You
I
want to
will win by
1v1 the
legend
Season
margin.
5 Formula Virtual Racing Academy Monaco Grand Prix winner.
Academy. That's like
it was
saying you
basically
won
the same drivers. No one showed up.
That's like saying you won the what's the second division in England called again? The
The
Premiership?
EFL Championship.
Yeah, the championship. That's
champion.
like saying you won the championship as Manchester United. You should be winning
Manchester United couldn't even win the championship. They're terrible.
that. I'll feel now. Okay, bring the safety car out. I need to calm down now. I'm starting to get. I would beat you in a one. We'll see. We'll see later
You
on.
will not
We'll
beat
see.
Right, we're
me in
doing a
one-
bar check on this after the race, alright?
Yeah, we need to see this battle as Tim
Now can we
and I
come
where he's
back
left
to the
possession.
race?
I will 1v1 Kyle, like around Monaco, and we'll post it in an FVR content piece. We will. Because you
Deal.
won't. You won't beat me
I
around.
will win.
You won't.
You will see.
You won't.
I'm
One shot,
Chat,
one shot
help me out.
quali,
Who's winning?
1 shot quali, 5 laps.
Uh-huh.
You're not beating me.
Easy. I'm lapping you in these 5 laps. You won't even see it.
You're not. You just
I
not.
will, and you
I'm
won't
going to
even
remind everyone
realize.
that Kyle is a Ten Hag enthusiast. I do not think we need to consider his opinions.
Ow. Alright, and that hurts.
My
Malarkey,
time
you
trial
would
lap
win.
around Monaco would have been second in qualifying here. This
Then why
race.
are you not second on the grid right now?
Because I own the league. I have to run
No,
it.
I don't want to hear it. That's just excuses. You could have been driving right now.
And leave this broadcast in the hands of you.
Oh man, that would be amazing. I can't lie.
Sam Lewis is backing me up
saying
in the chat.
No, Sam Lewis, you're banned. He's banned from this race.
No, Sam, you are
Oh,
more than welcome here.
No, yeah, enjoy the
Hopefully
academy,
you
mate.
can pay
I'm voting
attention
you.
to Marius here. He is looking like he could very much pull a moving Houseman at any time. It's just a matter of that opportunity opening up. And Houseman's flashing, so... Not be under pressure.
Liam has very much as well made his what's the word? His ideologies or his plans is a more simpler word. Very, very much aware, because he, before the race, said everybody on board the Houseman train. He has quite a few non-paying customers, as Thomas
we got a
Main
pit stop.
first into the pit lane. Big undercut attempt here for Thomas. That could work out for him here, because, of course, remember, Aaron McFall did the ultimate undercut, pitted at the end of the first lap, and ended up winning the Season 6 Monaco Grand Prix.
It's going to be an interesting one, because he could be very long out on the tires and maybe do an Aaron McFall here. That is it might actually be a great strategy, even though I told him off for doing it earlier. That is, yeah, it has some potential in it. Also, I want to say Liam's function is a roadblock right now. He's a driving chicane that's not getting passed anytime soon.
Sam Lewis in the chat saying what would be amazing is to see Rosenberg and McWilliam in a 1v1 around Monaco. Yeah, that happened many a time, and Legend schooled him. Because
I would
there was a front wing fly there. That could have been for Liam Houseman. Is he missing a bit of an end plate? I thought I saw a bit of a front wing
Nope.
fly. No, he's all okay, it seems. So that's he's okay in that regard. Liam, I gotta say, is doing a great job considering the circumstances. Monaco is not his track, and he's very much aware of that, and he's trying to get the best that he can, and that's something that I can respect. You gotta play the team that's in front of you, as they'd say.
Yeah, definitely. And also, you have to know that he has raced over the 3.
Oh, I think
Command the man
There.
for doing this.
as Luke
Davies
is in the pit lane to cover off the undercut attempt, I presume. Let's see how this one plays out. Thomas Main heading in towards Anthony Nose, named after the man, of course, who formed the Monaco Grand Prix. Luke Davies is out on pit exit, but remember, he's got to get up to speed here, and he's going to make sure he navigates turn 1 successfully. There is Luke out of the pit lane, bit slow off pit exit. Got to get these hard tyres up to temperature, but no, I think he's going to be safely in front here. No real threat of that. But is Thomas any closer to Luke? I think so. So I think an undercut is certainly a viable option here. Thomas and Luke, they're not going to get Legend, but certainly could maybe both get a Vesta. Or Luke could stay in front of a Vesta, I should say.
Yeah, definitely. The undercut's working fine. And but the one thing I do have to notice that Thomas Main was almost out of ERS from all the pushing, as Adrian Thijs gets a penalty there. The pushing of Thomas Main has been so harsh on his ERS management that he has to focus up on getting some and, well, actually recharging some, because Luke Davies is way ahead on that, and I think that's going to also play a major factor in keeping your track position on a track like this. Liam Hausman in time is also draining his ERS as he tries to keep the train formed. As I see a comment from Kyle that I have to highlight as well. Tune in for Luke Davies, stayed for the Hausman train. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's what we're all here for. The Liam Houseman train, and me and Kyle beefing each other. Let's go out into the pit lane then. Let's see how this one goes. Thomas is right behind Luke, so this really depends. There comes Avesta, comes out in the middle of them. Thomas Main is ahead of Avestigo Body here at the Monaco Grand Prix. That's a good strategy from Thomas Main. He's up and ahead. Now maybe if Legend stays out for another 20 or so laps, they might be able to undercut him as well. And also, this leaves Tyler Davison in a bit of a vulnerable position, maybe. Because it's not like cutting through the field is possible here at Monte Carlo.
Definitely not. It's hard to pass on this track at all positions. And right now, you've got these cars undercutting the top. So I definitely think there might be a shift in P2, but Legend's possibly just too far away. And he knows it as well. This guy's great at everything. He races fast, he's got a brain, and he's in the pits countering the undercut. So I think a great call again by him. And I think he will get ahead, but I'm not going to spoil that one too soon because I might jinx someone else. I don't want to jinx two people on the same day.
Well, here comes Rosenberg out of the pit lane. Let's see how much he is ahead by. Is he going to be headed? I think he could come out in first here.
Oh my god.
He doesn't, and no, Tyler Davison is in, or does he? Davison heads through turn 1, and he leads the Monaco Grand Prix. Meaning if Tyler now stays out for this lap, doesn't pit this lap, that means Legend's chance of a Grand Slam is gone, where you lead every session and you got to lead every lap and take the race win, of course. So if Tyler stays out for one more lap, then Legend is in front. Could Tyler theoretically just back up Legend for as long as possible here?
Definitely.
Theoretically, he wouldn't be doing himself any favours, and he doesn't have a teammate in the race.
But yeah, he could do it for fun.
Do it here, no, he can't.
Never mind.
Yeah, no, never mind.
Yeah, forget that. Legend is a monster.
Sure,
he has overtaken Tyler Davison and now leads the Monaco Grand Prix once again. And that Grand Slam is certainly on here. Oh, actually, you do have to get the fastest lap for a Grand Slam as well, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't think you need to worry about that when you're called Legend Rosenberg.
Does he have it? Well,
not yet.
You got to remember here that there could be some people down the field who could pit for a fresh set of socks with like 2 laps to go while he doesn't want to risk the lead. As Tishy is going to be going a lap down here, unfortunately, I think. He's coming to the pit lane as Rosenberg is going to be passing through turn number 1. And yeah, he's definitely going to be going a lap down because you've got to obey blue flags, of course. The rule of Formula 1 is you can't pass 3 blue flag blocks. But Adrian, I think, is going to be overtaken here. Yeah, he doesn't have the pace, unfortunately. As Luke Davies gets past Wongfi Anderson, and Wongfi causing a bit of a kerfuffle. Jurgensmeyer is out at the Nouvelle Chicane. Thomas Main overtakes Wongfi Anderson, and now Avestigo Paddy is going to look past Wongfi as well. Disappointing for Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, who is out of the Grand Prix. He was down the back of the field, and this is not a good race for Alpine.
Definitely isn't, and I'm not gonna say it, but a certain team in here with the red collar and a nice horse and the logo, they're doing quite well compared to the last few races they had. I believe they're last or second to last in the standings.
Oh, they're last, and it's not close.
Oh. Okay, yeah, no, then he might. Are you the team principal? Is that team by chance, or is it just like?
There's no team principals in FVR.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Yeah, but I mean, they're doing well right now. I'm not gonna jinx them any further, but they are doing well right now. Also, a notable thing to say is that you were talking earlier about people in the back being able to pit and get a new fastest lap in, get the Grand Slam in as well. I think there is also one possibility of Legend being so far ahead that he has a free pit stop. He almost already was last time around, so I think that might be a genuine possibility as well, which would be unfortunate.
Oh.
Why not?
The train has derailed. Liam Houseman's made a mistake at the Nouvelle Chicane, and unfortunately, everyone who he was holding up has got through, as Liam is out. And I'm well aware Legend could pit for a fastest lap, but I'm trying to make this somewhat exciting for the people at home. Is Liam Houseman going to come into pits? No, stays out for the time being, and the real battle for this one is going to be the battle for second position, because we've got a free car train. I'd like to think Tyler can find himself into this one, although they are only 5.9 seconds behind him, meaning he's going to come out quite far behind. I'm not too sure what the Britain's strategy here is, because if he's waiting for a safety car, he could be waiting for a long time.
Definitely. These safety cars haven't been coming at all, and we've already been this. Well, the Nouvelle Chicane has been a serial killer 3 times now. Legend with the fastest lap. There goes your Grand
Nope,
Slam
Tyler.
prediction, but we could hype up someone else. Adrian Tice is quite close to the win, to be honest.
Poor Adrian. He's still in 14th, mind you. 4 more DNFs, and that's a point-scoring finish, and a good afternoon for him.
Oh yeah, he's Canadian. I keep forgetting that there is like Canadians. Anyway.
Did you think he was American? Because if you did, we made a full sketch about it.
I'm just not gonna say anything and see you at the 1v1.
This 1v1, I'm going to batter you. Stop
No,
mentioning
you're not gonna batter me. I'm gonna be Legend. You're gonna be Luke Davies crying in the corner.
What? No.
Is that a challenge joke, or is this just a description?
That's just,
No, this
that's
is
just
just a
unnecessary
accurate
Luke slander.
It's a prediction, though. It's a prediction. I'm just saying right now, I'll beat you. Kyle already knows. I've got Sam Lewis in the chat. He's just hating because I'm so successful. We'll just see this race happen and unfold, and I will win it for sure.
Okay, whatever you say, Sunshine. Legend has a 15.1 second advantage, and we're just coming up to the halfway point of this Grand Prix. The largest winning margin is 38.749 seconds by Avesta Gobadi. That could be beaten quite easily here today.
Definitely. 19 laps to go is a lot of space. But there's also, let's not forget, let's not make this too easy for Legend. There are still 19 laps which have the possibility of him running into a wall. He has done it in qualification. A lot of times, actually, which is notable to see the difference between his pace in quali and the race. But yeah, it is possible. Meanwhile, there has been a position change because Wolfie Anderson is in the pits. Tyler overtakes and is in P5.
Tyler might still have a chance of a podium here in this one, because his tyres are going to be that much better. Maybe something could happen. I think they force a mistake from the drivers in front. Legend, already a 3-time Monaco Grand Prix winner, but he doesn't actually have the most podiums. Most podiums around here belongs to Avesta Gobadi, who is running in 4th and has not touched his battery in about the last 4 laps, so not really pushing as much as he can. He's just settling for sitting behind for the time being. I'm not really sure there's much he can do, even if he does use that battery.
Not really, no. There's definitely just only the chance of... Well, there is, of course, a chance of overtaking, but I think that he's playing the long game here. He's trying to force this Ferrari and the McLaren ahead of him into a mistake, which is possibly the better idea in here, because overtaking is a risk, and it's not a risk you want to take when you have such a big margin between you and the grid, MP5. This is a good result, P4, but if you want to get on the podium, the basically only chance... Well, I'm not going to say only, because the possibility of overtaking is there, but still forcing another driver into a mistake is a good strategy around here. In the meantime, we've got a great battle between Wolfie Anderson and Enzo King. Oh, damn.
I'm sure you won't be condemned to death for Kyle. As I'm just having a look here, was Wang Fei not on the mediums for his first stint as well? Or is that just something...
Yes, he was.
Oh, so he's messed up badly there and has to do a 2-stopper as he goes past Enzo King, breaking in towards Sandoval. Wang Fei Anderson hangs it around the outside. That's a great move by the speedy Swede.
That is a great move. That has balls as well into it. That just screams it. And that is him gaining a position. Something Avesta Gobadi doesn't want to do has just been done by Wang Fei Anderson on a wrong strategy. In like basically 30 seconds after it. Tim Denier, in the meantime, has said kissing the wall in the tight chicane wasn't the best idea from him. Great self-realization. I hope you do better next time, because I was rooting for you, man. Anyway, there's 16 seconds between Legend Rosenberg and Lightning Luke Davies. Oh my god, I need some sleep, Evan. I really
FVR
do.
Monaco is where 20 drivers to come drive for 39 laps to see who finishes second behind Legend.
That is actually a real good statement, and that is true at the moment. He's just dominating. Sam Lewis wants to join the league. Sam Lewis, you'll only join Academy after your remarks about me. Anyway, Thomas Main's still really close. You do now. It's just you and Sam in it. It's just you and Sam in it. I don't want to hear it.
Okay. Oh, yellow flags.
Oh my god!
Legend Rosenberg is out of the Monaco Grand Prix. This could be the biggest shock in Formula Virtual Racing history. The man is into the wall at the Nouvelle Chicane, and his 4th Monaco Grand Prix win is done.
There's no way!
How is he?
All the time! He was
I
doing
think
so
it's-
well!
for the looks of it, I think he fancied the same curse as Den Heyer and Jurgensmeyer. All of them made a mistake at
In
the
the
Nouvel
Nouvel.
chicane, and
Yeah.
whether it went too deep or they just tried to turn in too quickly.
I am in
Wait.
shock. I cannot believe it. He's gone. Legend, the greatest driver we've ever had at Monaco, has done an Ayrton Senna. When he was so far in front, it's almost like he lapsed concentration and has made a silly amateur hour a mistake and is out of this one. Luke Davies is now on potentially here for a second career Monaco Grand Prix victory. There's going to be no DRS games between himself and Thomas this week, though. We can be thankful for that.
The most consistent man of the grid just proved us wrong. That not every race is done. You have to finish first.
To finish first you have to finish.
Yeah. And that is another Nouvel chicane is a serial killer by now. That's 4 cars.
I love how he's legend. He's out a full lap and he's now just dropped to the back of the field. Haas have got a no score. What? Wow! And Legend is going to lose the championship lead. We're going to have a new championship leader, I would assume. Bearing in mind, if they all stay in relatively similar positions to this one, believe it would be Avesta that would lead the championship, which is something he hasn't done for quite a while.
And he's in P3 in the meantime. We've missed that as well. Right? No,
never mind. No, he's been in P3.
That's just Legend. Yeah, never mind.
Legend.
Oh, wow. That is a really, really big mistake from someone who almost never makes mistakes. Oh. That is throwing your race away.
Wow.
I'm speechless, Evan.
But it's not the first time he's actually DNF'd at Monaco. Back in season... Was it season 5 where Juan Hernandez frustrated the bejesus out of him as Avesta across the Nouvel chicane goes Gobadi and Thomas Main. Not too sure what happened there, but Gobadi now has the spot.
Avesta will have to give that one up. He went in too deep.
Okay, so has to give it up or maybe receive a penalty here from the stewards. But surely if you're Avesta, you should just give up the position. You're going to be back in right behind him anyways. I'm not sure though. Could be potential investigation from the stewards. Brendan, you seem to catch it. Was it just a reckless dive down the inside, maybe?
Yeah, but I might just check it again because maybe I have misread it. Because I can't say in the heat of the moment. Once you get clipped in, we should be able to be certain of it. However, I think a certain Belgian will be angry because there's an opportunity for. Oh, Vesta's really trying to put the pressure on now. That's another yellow flag. I think that's an Aston Martin.
No, Enzo King. Oh no, apologies, there was an Aston Martin, but Enzo's also gone off the hairpin and he now drops behind Borbune into last. I think it was Cam Dulger who went at the hairpin. Sam Lewis saying he was cheering for Avesta and Luke and was speaking to them before the race, so he's going to be very happy with how the front two is playing out. But I tell you what, the pressure of the world has just gone on Luke Davies because I think he would have been under pressure anyways and he was hoping to take a P2 and get some good points. Now it could be potentially a second Monaco Grand Prix win in 2 seasons. He likes to do things in twos, mind you. Took 2 race wins in 2 weeks to start off his race-winning career. Took 2 race wins at the start of season 9. And, dare I say, did something similar in season 10? No, he didn't, sorry. Lewis won the second race in that season. But he could win 2 Monaco Grand Prix on the trot here. And I tell you what, that'd be a very good day at the office for Luke Davies.
Meantime, though, Enzo King in the pit stop. 1 lap all mediums, and he's pitting again. That must be damage. No, that is no damage. That is mental damage. He's retired from the race. 12 people left and no safety car.
Oh, Avesta. Oh my, he's really trying to get around Luke Davies because he knows now he kind of has to get the hammer down. Otherwise, it's P3 at best, potentially.
And, could this be a case of he knows he's probably going to get a penalty and wants to try pull the margin himself?
Yeah, but look, the cost here could be a championship lead.
It's an opportunity cost.
Yes.
Business exam on Tuesday. Or economics, I should say.
Don't worry.
Whoops me. But That is unfortunately Enzo King, who's out of the Monaco Grand Prix. Liam Houseman
There's
came in
another
for another
yellow flag.
pit stop. There is, and that's Borbune, who's... Oh, he's
my
disconnected,
God.
sorry. Oh, no, that yellow flag is for Enzo's AI car. Why does the AI drive all the way to Portier? Liam has got a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit exit white line. Now, I find that scandalous because the pit exit line is yellow.
And that is one of the worst jokes you'll ever hear. I feel offended by being here. Anyway.
Do you remember?
I thought it was
I would
good.
refer you to season 1 for the all-timer.
Oh, the Danny Head
Monaco
handbrake. I still have that on my... I have a thing on my phone where I have some quotes going by and like just doing loops. That is one of them. The one that's on it currently is Jay, you want to plonk.
Oh yeah,
I haven't updated
that
it in
was
like
me.
3 years, if you couldn't tell. But
Yeah, that was me. That was an all-timer one. And I still the Vado J to this day.
Oh, Jack Redmond for the move here on the inside. No, that's contact.
Oh.
And that is almost 2 cars gone, actually. It was really close. That might have cost a safety car, though. Michael Massey's
we're not
been
getting a
sweeping,
safety car. Michael Massey doesn't
we
work
are-
for Formula 1 anymore.
I know, but he works in FVR.
No, he
He deploys
doesn't.
safety cars whenever he wants.
Please, viewers, please don't leave. He doesn't work here, please. We have Juan Hernandez.
Yeah, we have Juan Hernandez. He's just not pressing any buttons today, is he? There's only been yellow flags. There's
Oh, here comes Jack
He
Redmond.
moved down the inside. Nouvelle chicane, though. It's killer already.
No,
and-
nice one.
Oh, he actually makes it stick. That's a great move by Jack Redmond.
That is... he knows he's on the broadcast. Good move, Jack. Well done. That's a great overtake. And a little bit of a celebratory weave after it. This is fantastic as Jack is up to 7th here. And I got to say from 17th, not a bad effort at all. Obviously, the DNFs will make it look a lot worse. But he has had to cut through those cars at the start of the race. Not Legend, unfortunately.
Still, though, that was you can clearly see the amount of, respectively, balls it takes to make moves around this track. It's so tight and so fast already, and not a lot of people have actually tried for great moves around here. I mean, you can still see Avesta Gavadi's just stuck in the Lightning Luke train. I'm gonna call him Lightning Luke. I'm.
It is his
Anyway.
nickname, like.
Yeah, I should just keep calling them Lightning Luke and Avesta. Now, Avesta, I'm gonna call Avesta because Avesta's cool like that. Anyway,
Vesta has that.
I haven't
swagger.
seen a move being done. Oh,
Oh.
never mind. No,
Oh.
that's a dummy.
Oh, Vesta into the wall! The Ukrainian messes it up in towards Sandoval, and he was trying the move on Luke Davies, maybe locked a brake, and hits the wall on the inside. Is there damage for Vesta Gobadi? We'll have to try and see. It all looks okay from a visual perspective, but certainly there could be some damage there for him, and he's now back behind Thomas Main. So it's not looking good. And I got to say, Tyler Davis is only 5.5 seconds behind this train, so he could come here and cause some problems. But Avesta, big bottle that one was. Luke, now a 2-second lead here at Monaco. Maybe not as comfortable as it was last season, but that's certainly a healthy margin over drivers who have been parked right behind you for the entire duration of this race.
Definitely, and I mean, right now Luke has a bit of breathing space finally, because Avesta Gabadi was the whole race basically under a half a tenth as he makes another mistake and hits the wall again. This time still no damage though. He might have gone off lucky there. But again, that is a big loss of time and probably the loss of the win as well. Oh, he looks sliding. Yeah, but into the pits, that is damage.
Damage for Vesta Gobadi. It's not the first time he's
Tires
lost
on
it.
the podium.
He's lost a brilliant result at Monaco due to a mistake. Yep, it's a wing change and a set of softs. He'll probably come out in 4th here, mind you. He'll try pump in a fastest lap. If it did stay like this, he'd still take the championship lead, I believe. Or would he actually? It could be Luke.
No, he won't.
Could be Luke who takes
No,
it.
Luke would. There's only 4 points margin coming into this race in Vesta's favour, and with there's set to be at. Actually, that's a 12-point swing, not 10.
Yeah, because of course the 2 extra ones this season, as that's a 3-second time. At least standing on your screen now, folks. Luke, I don't think he started today expecting to lead the championship come the end of it. But we did also say Legend had won this race. I actually said it in the Discord on the 2nd lap, as we'll have to wait. As Liam Houseman, car into smithereens in front of Luke Davies. Liam Houseman is out of the Monaco Grand Prix, and that's a points finish, unfortunately for him. That's it gone. Very disappointing for Liam, because I have to say he has actually driven well today.
He did. I mean, earlier in the race, he kept the train going for quite a long time. He did make some mistakes there, and he got a little bit squishy with himself. But right now,
He got a little bit squishy with himself?
yeah, put that on your phone. Just put it on your phone and don't mention it again. The moment I realized I said it, I was like, no.
What's that even supposed to... He got squishy with himself?
In Dutch, it means something else than all of you are probably thinking right now. Can we just move on to Jack Redmond fighting it for P6 there?
This Wong Fee's into the pits after that tire
Oh,
blunder.
yeah.
We're not going to talk about that, Evan.
As here
Let's
comes
just press one for
Kandolga
Talking
looking
about
for the move
Kyle,
on
you're
Nathan
crazy.
Marriott. Yeah, Kyle, you're the one who keeps saying it. As Dolga also been quite squishy with himself today to try and get the move done on Nathan Marriott. Wong Fee, of course. I think it's the 4th time I said it, but a big happy birthday to him. And he is looking to try and get the job done on the Williams driver. Could this be a move in towards Sandoval? He's going to break later than the Williams, and Kandolga's up to 8th here at the Monaco Grand Prix.
Made it look easy there. Natty either off the throttle or just totally no straight line speed in the car. Kandolga there with a great birthday present to himself there with a nice move in turn 1, and it's been caught on stream. Happy birthday from me as well.
Kyle has just, not you Kyle, other Kyle has just commented, no way Luke ends up winning this, and it's just making me think. This is the most Luke win of all time. He's driven a phenomenal race, exceptional, but it will always be remembered as the one where Legend crashed.
Legend from the shadow is what we could call him. Last season around 2, every single race, well, not every single race, but a lot of these races were covered on the... Oh, Avesta Body in the meantime with the fastest lap. Loads of the races from last season as well, they were not really highlighted as Luke's gains or Luke wins. It was always something else as the headliner, while he secretly or in silent took the championship. And look at this right now, he's taking the championship lead.
If you hear Luke's post-race
That's not jinxing,
screams,
though.
he certainly doesn't do it in silence. As he actually started screaming Timden higher repeatedly last week when he won the Australian Grand Prix. Unfortunately, that one was taken away due to a post-race penalty, which is it's disappointing for Luke, and this will be a great bounce back for him. Nils Hartl under huge pressure here from Mockfee Anderson. Is Anderson going to look to this one in towards Mirabeau House? No, he's not. Jack Redmond right on the back of these two as well. So the Alfa Romeo driver looking to get potentially 2 spots here. What a great result this would be for Jack if he could get up to 5th place, which is where he's aiming for here, in towards Portier now. I imagine Wongfei's going to get this one done on the brakes into the Nouvelle Chicane. He certainly is now, as Hartl is pushing him up to the outside wall here through the tunnel, and now a bit of bumping between the pair. Who's going to break the latest? It's going to be Wongfei Anderson, because he does have that extra rib, and now Wongfei is up to 5th place. Jack Redmond theoretically could just sit behind for the remainder of the race, and he would get the position based on a penalty count, but Jack Redmond does not do things like that, so I imagine there could be a bit of an overtake coming in towards the Rascas potentially. Oh, hits the inside wall actually. Jack got to be careful for that one, but I think he did just hit it with a tyre. Looks for an outside avenue in towards 6th place, but it's not going to work. He'll just sit behind for the time being, but I imagine this one could be wrapped up fairly quickly. And just look at the 2 gentlemen who are fighting out for a race win once again.
Insane, right? Actually, how everything bounces back like this. Thomas Main. He's actually quite close as well, and I think Thomas Main is someone who, of course, last week around he had a chance at winning, I believe, and he lost it thanks to an incident, if I'm not mistaken. Or something happened at least where he got furious in the post-race interview, so he must be willing to get this position at all costs. And he's probably going to risk it. I would definitely risk it as well if I were him. Yellow flags, and that's another... Well, that's Adrian.
Oh,
actually out of the race.
Adrian. Oh, he was running 10th as well.
Oh.
That's Borbune up in the points now. 41 seconds behind. He's in AI mode, isn't he?
He is.
No,
which-
he's back now.
I think he's back. I think there's been a couple of connection problems for him. But if he is in AI mode, he won't get the points, unfortunately. But, disappointing for Adrian. He was having a good race. Maybe not like the greatest of performances, but he was getting the job done in 10th and picking up a point. And, yeah, unfortunate.
Definitely unfortunate, because he was consistent. I mean, he kept it out of the wall. Even though he wasn't the fastest on the grid today, he definitely deserved some sort of award for keeping it clean there, and that is unfortunate. Again, a mistake at the exit of Nouvelle, so I believe the count's on 6 right now. 6 kills.
Pressure on for the other McLaren, as he does have Thomas Main right behind him. And trust me, these 2 are not satisfied with finishing behind one of another. We've seen this on many an occasion. We've seen it in Las Vegas of last season. We've seen it in Bahrain this season. And last week in Australia. We're going to see it again here at the Monaco Grand Prix because Tyler is driving a good race here, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch up in time and make a big problem. Tyler was also having some wheel issues last night in testing. I would presume they are still there and prevalent, so that could explain a bit of a pace deficit, but he's still driving well nonetheless, and I think a P3 is a great result for him. So let's wait and see what happens here. Luke is driving very steadily and driving maybe in a manner that we've not quite seen before. Usually Luke can be a little bit on the limit and what's the best way? Amped up for the occasion, but he seems calm and conserved here. And I'm not a betting man, but if I was to tip someone for this one, I'd probably tip Luke because he's been faultless so far today. Obviously, the pace against Legend cannot really be put down to him. It's more just a unbelievable showing of skill from Legend, but in comparison to everybody else on this grid, Luke has been quite good.
He has, and right now, as you said, the key is not to be fast and on the limit. Oh, God, that's someone else.
Oh, Hartle.
And that is... Oh, Ferrari jinx. I jinxed!
That's Hartle and Jack Redmond. Brendan, I think you caught that one.
Yeah, because I switched over to them and all of a sudden I see a Ferrari sideways and the exit Casino Square and with Redmond's car kind of pushing him sideways. So we can only gather that that has not ended well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Really unfortunate exit. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just taking over the whole thing at this point.
Maybe a penalty coming from one of them after investigated, but I think thankfully for the steward's sake, it's going to be less reports this week. That's the one thing about Monaco. We don't get a lot of stewards' reports because all the drivers crash into each other. Any big penalties that are handed out in relation to results, we will inform you of on our social media channels, so make sure you do follow them. A big thanks to all of you who have joined us and continuously join us throughout today, because it's not been maybe the most exciting race ever, but we do greatly appreciate the viewing figures for this one, because I gotta say, an average view duration of 15 minutes at Monaco is unbelievable. So I can only thank you from the bottom of my heart for that, but if you would like me to love you even more, make sure to go check out all our social channels, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram page, and our Twitter as well, which is not the most active thing in the world, but you could fix that by giving it a follow. Lap 37 or 39, there is nothing hinting to me here that Thomas Main can find a way past.
Definitely not. Luke Davies. Man, I am struggling today. Luke Davies has made...
Is he also feeling squishy, Kyle?
No, he's not feeling squishy in FVR. Oh my god. I gotta take a breather here. Anyway, Lightning Luke is doing something he usually doesn't do. He's not taking the limits, he's making his car as wide as it possibly can be, and this is one of the great things about Monaco, which makes racing around here so interesting. He is being a roadblock, and that's the only thing that can make him win this one, because Thomas Main seems to be having some sort of pace in him that Luke doesn't have at the moment. And right now, the only thing that prevents him from winning this one is Luke being so easily on his car and making his car so wide that there's no way to simply pass. Meanwhile, there's one other thing that I want to mention, and that's key to also Luke's tactics, is that Tyler's catching up really easily because the roadblock is also making Thomas Main slower.
Well, we've got 2 laps to go in this Monaco Grand Prix, and it's going to be a really interesting one. Brendan, what would you do if you're Thomas here to try and get past?
Well, you might just have to suck it up, go for it. Like, maybe the moment you see Luke make a little mistake, you see here he's trying to force a mistake from Davies, but if it doesn't work, you're not really gaining your time. Like, it is very difficult, but you probably have to just try through the kitchen sink at this point, because look at Davison. He could well be within DRS range by the end of the lap here if Main tries anything and it doesn't work.
I know Gabadi's a penalty as well, but he's catching as well, but obviously it will mean nothing much because he does have that penalty. But Thomas Main has got to give it all that he's got. Luke is more in the battery department, meaning it's got to be a mistake really here from the young Briton to allow the Belgian through. And we have one more trip around the famous Monaco Grand Prix, a circuit in a class of its own, That was set up by, of course, Anthony No, whose corner we go through now. We've had Monty Magic all over here this evening. Will we have one more little piece of a majestical puzzle? Thomas Main in through Sandoval. Has he got the run up on Luke Davies? This is probably one of his best opportunities. Is in towards that upper Mirabeau corner, which is the right-hander, but he's not got the best of runs through Casino. The tyres are screaming at the pair as well. 25 and 26 laps consecutively, not necessarily the easiest of things to achieve. Then it's the Grand Hotel hairpin for the final time. Thomas right on the gearbox of the McLaren, and Thomas he's giving it absolutely everything here to try and get past what is a brick wall. It is an extremely talented driver trying to get past another extremely talented driver who wants this more than anything. Braking for the Nouvelle Chicane. No mistake from Luke, as unfortunately we could back to Borbune there, but no mistake from Luke. Thomas still right on the back of the McLaren man. Final sector, there's one more opportunity, but Luke has cantered off into the night sky here at the Monte Carlo circuit through La Piscine for the final time. And in towards the Rascals. Luke Davies has done everything absolutely perfectly. Confident, calm, collected, redemption. Luke Davies, in an unbelievable fashion, wins his second career Monaco Grand Prix. Luke Davies takes it again in star-studded and dramatic fashion as ever, but he'd want it no other way. He wins the Monaco Grand Prix. It's another win on a straight circuit. He couldn't get it last week, but I think he'd prefer this one just that little bit more. Thomas Main in second, Tyler Davison comes home third on the podium, and Avestegobadi in fourth. What a shake-up for this championship.
Definitely. Luke deserves this one just as much as Thomas Main does, but Luke was the smarter man today, and that race was amazing by him. Wongfi Anderson, in the meantime, crossing the finish line in P5, is also a notable performance, because it's been a great race from him. Even though it was quite a silent one, he did really well. My only congratulations can go to Luke Davies here, but what an amazing race by him. He proves everyone wrong. Consistency is key in the end, even if you're second place.
To quote my idol as a commentator, and it's one we said earlier on in the program, but I think it's worth saying it again. To finish first, you have to finish. Today, Legend Rosenberg had all the skills to finish first, but he couldn't finish. And that is why Legend's name will not go down in the history books as the winner of the Season 11 Monaco Grand Prix. This man will. And I tell you what, it's deserved. And this selfie will not be used for penalty purposes this week, because it was a faultless performance for the young man.
It's just a beautiful race in the end, and I have to congratulate Luke on that performance, because even though it looked so hopeless, he never gave up, really. He kept doing his own thing, and even though we bashed him, you gotta respect the man for what he did today. Same goes for Thomas Main, continuously pressuring him, and Tyler as well. I'll let you take it away for the results.
Well, here's your full race results of the Season 11 Monaco Grand Prix. It is Lightning Luke Davies who takes the race win, and Thomas Main is unfortunately going to have to be Thunder, because it seems to always come after Lightning in these races here. Tyler Davison in third, yes, that is a quote from Cars. Avestegobadi in fourth, and it is Wongfi Anderson in fifth. Can Dulger, the birthday boy, in sixth, with Jack Redmond 17th to 7th. Great performance there for him. Nathan Marriott 8th to 8, and points on the board. Nils Hartland 9th. Borbune in 10th, and it is Adrian Tishy, Liam Houseman, Enzo King, Legend Rosenberg, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, Tim Denhire, and Andrew Davis, who were your non-finishers. We are going to get some interviews, I believe, because usually when Luke wins, he does give us an interview. We're going to get all three. Let's bring them in now. Luke Davies, Thomas Main, and Tyler Davison. Tyler, unfortunately, is left. Liam Houseman wants an interview. But we're going to start with your race winner for today. Maybe not a man he expected to win the race. Davies, how does it feel to be a two-time Monaco Grand Prix winner? You are on mute, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, as you just said, I didn't expect to win today. I mean, I thought Legend's too good. The gap's really close between Thomas and the Vesta. Obviously, Tyler had his issues, but he made up for it in the race. But yeah, I thought, you know, it's going to be a tall order to ask for second behind Legend, you know, let alone the win. And yeah, I mean, yeah, got second somehow. And yeah, in quali, and yeah, just started the race decent, navigating my way through the pit stops. And yeah, the pit stops was crazy because Thomas pit because he was on Saucy, he's forced to. But yeah, so it triggered everyone, managed to come out second. And yeah, just led the race from there. And I audibly gasped when I saw that Legend DNF'd. Because, yeah, I knew what was up for grabs. And yeah, Thomas and Nevesta put up some really good pressure to me. I don't think I was faster than my race pace. Nevesta's actually sending me DMs. Why am I so slow? So I don't know, mate. You're clearly quicker than me, but today. But yeah, it was a great race. Brought it home. Fending off the pressure, and yeah, my consistency prevailed again.
Yeah, just on that Legend crash, because obviously that's the main talking point from today, I feel. What were you like, other than the audible gasp, after he crashed? Was it a case of, oh my god, I could win this? Or were you still just concentrated on managing the race, managing your craft? Or did everything just get a little bit more panicky?
No, I mean, to be honest, I've been in this situation a few times. I mean, even obviously at Monaco, but never in the closing lap, where it's so tense like that for a win. But you know, I mean, I can literally, I can listen to my onboard again. I gasped and I was instantly like, nope, I gotta calm down now. And Jack was telling me the same thing. So yeah, I just got my head down, got on with it. Never let Thomas have an opportunity to send it. And yeah, just brought it home, got out the final corner, and that's history.
Yeah, of course, you had a great lineup of drivers pressuring you all race. How did you cope with them behind? Because, look, Thomas and Avesta and Tyler at one point, they're all great drivers. How did you manage to cope with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously, yeah, it's Monaco. So I just had to make sure I took my racing lines as perfect as I could, managed my ERS. Every time I gained a little bit, I had to make sure, don't just keep burning the ERS because they're going to rope me in eventually again. So that's, I mean, even obviously I had clean air, but it's like if they got in front of me, I'm sure I'd have still been nipping at their heels. So yeah, that's the thing with just such close pace. But yeah, I knew I just had to manage my battery, deploy it when I needed, keep the delta 0.5 about, and yeah, just don't make any mistakes out of any crucial corners. And I didn't do that once. No warnings, no nothing. So I'm extremely happy with my performance, and I got what I deserved today.
And Luke, this does of course make you the new championship leader. We've one more race before the turn of the year in Austria. Is the goal to be the FVR championship leader come Christmas morning?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we've been in a similar situation 5 seasons ago where I'm leading the championship, Legends close behind. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a bit more difficult this time, I think. It's longer season, but I'm faster. And, you don't always need to be the fastest to win FVR. And either way, I'm ready to defend my championship. I'm not afraid to be the best.
Luke Davies, thank you very much for joining us. Greatly appreciate that one. And congratulations, of course, on a Monaco Grand Prix victory.
Thank you very much.
We go to second place man now, of course, Thomas Main. Won last week, back on the podium this week. Thomas just couldn't quite find a way past Luke in the end, but how did you find that race overall?
Yeah, I just had a terrible qualifying. I was just happy to stick with the top 4. I mean, I was thinking like P4 is okay, it's enough for today. But I knew I had to box because my softs were fading. They were fading really quickly, and my only chance to really get someone was because of an undercut. And I tried it, but I miserably failed in my undercut attempt on Luke. But yeah, I mean, the race is okay. Couldn't get past. That's just the nature of Monaco. But it seems to be going really well now. Pretty consistent with the podiums as well, except for Bahrain, where me and Luke had our own accident. But yeah, I'm quite happy with today.
Yeah, of course, on today, P2 for you. That's now 3 podiums this season. I know you're not technically a main driver, but this is quite good form from you. What else could you do, maybe going into the future?
Can you repeat the question?
Gentlemen, a short view back to the past. Next few races, if you do them, what sort of results will we be looking at? Will it be a continuation of this strong form?
Of course, I want to continue it. It seems to be going a lot better to not have any pressure on it. FVR is just try to have some fun. But I also don't want to be an idiot. So I have to find the balance between that. So no Bahrain actions. And maybe a bit more aggressive than today, perhaps. But I must say, to just get a podium every week is very nice.
Gentlemen, Kyle and Brendan, do you have any questions?
Who would win a 1-2-1? New York? No, never mind. That's
Me, obviously. Can we stop having this debate?
No, stop. I have a question for Thomas. As I believe you invested a little bit of contact there. I think, was it Vesta tried to move on you and got the place? Was always your thoughts on that, or was it there were
Yeah.
more to that than I saw initially?
Yeah, I was just trying to save some ERS, and the Vista spammed his ERS button there in the tunnel. He just went for it, and he just got the corner. He took me, and he didn't take the corner, but he took me. So it was the most illegal overtake I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, it was quite pissed at the time because I was preparing that overtake on Luke for so many laps, and then he just goes down the inside, and then bam, I lose 2 seconds. So I was pretty pissed because of it, and yeah, I wasn't happy with it at all. But Avestia me already thought, so I get his perspective as well. He also wants to get on the podium, of course. And in Monaco, sometimes I guess you need to just force yourself ahead. But I think that move was a bit too much.
Thomas Main, thank you very much for joining us. We do greatly appreciate it. And congratulations once again on the podium.
Thank you.
Tyler Davison, it is a podium for you at Monaco. Your second P3 of the day, of course, but it is a podium at Monte Carlo, maybe when you didn't expect one. How did the race look for you? It was a very quick second stint.
My arm's hurt, is all I've got to say. Obviously I've had some steering issues, so it was a long race. My arms are pretty much dead. I went into it pretty much. My main aim is cross the line and score at least a point. I was happy chilling in, I think, 5th both the race. Obviously, then Legend got bored and kissed a wall. Then Avesta got bored and walloped into Thomas. Then Avesta got bored again and walloped into a wall. So, all of a sudden, I saw myself in third. Obviously, Luke, then, I could tell a little bit of pressure creeping on him. The pace dropped at the front, I'm not going to lie. And then I thought, well, do you know what? I'm just going to send it. If I hit a wall, I'll only drop back to 4th. So it was worth pushing at the end, but I feel like P3 was a bit of a fluky result for me today. But I'll take the points, move on to next week, and I haven't finished outside the top 4 this season yet, which is what no other driver can say, I believe. So the consistency is there. Just got to bring it home with better results from now on.
Yeah, just on better results and maybe championship form. You're certainly still in the fight. It's really close at the top. Do you think you can continue that consistency and maybe play a part, certainly, in the championship fight?
To be honest, no. I'm expecting Legend to come back even bigger and stronger, and I think he is just going to wipe the floor with him. I mean, obviously, Luke winning today is going to bring the confidence, so I think it is between them two. I think the pressure's on them to deliver. I think Legend's got a lot of expectations on his shoulders. And I think with the disappointment this week, he's going to be gunning for it. And I think it is between them two. I'm happy to sit back and watch them fight, pick up the pieces, but I do think the pressure is on them two.
And on that pressure, who do you think the more pressure is on? Legend, who is obviously, let's not beat around the bush here, the quickest in the league, and has to come back, or Luke, who is a defending champion, has a championship lead, and is on a good run of form?
Honestly, mate, you may as well ask me how long a piece of string is. The press you're expected to go out and do it again. So there's a lot on Luke, but there again, legend is legend. So he knows he should be winning every week, and I know he's going to be kicking himself after today. So I'd probably argue that more pressure's on Luke. To be fair, I think there's more expectation on Legend. Sorry, more expectation on Legend, but more pressure on Luke is what I'd say.
I have to agree with you because I think Luke's results are more closely looked at as well by various people. But Brendan and Kyle, any questions from you?
Yeah, I do have one. You were closing up in the end quite harshly, actually. You were seeing massive gains on your side compared to the guys on the podium. Were you ever thinking of getting more out of this race than P3?
I mean, look, it's Monaco. It's one thing catching and another passing. To be honest, you say as much as it was my pace increasing, it was more just the front tube slowing. Obviously,
Yeah.
Luke, Eliza, you was in front, started to defend as you would. You could tell the pressure was getting there. There was some laps I was catching a second and a half, and my pace hadn't got any quicker. So, yeah, look, P3 was a massive achievement for me today. So there wasn't really any expectation of getting higher. Just watching, I was hoping that hopefully, fingers crossed, Luke would crumble and there'd be a crash in front, but there wasn't. I was more just worried about Vesta behind, to be honest.
All fair game to you anyway. Great race.
Yeah, Tyler, thank you very much for joining us. We do greatly appreciate it. And yeah, go and rest those arms.
Right.
But, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we do have time for here at Monte Carlo. Was it a snooze fest? No, of course it wasn't. Legend hit the wall, for goodness sake. We return one more time this season on the 23rd of December. I can tell you for a fact there's no other leagues on that day, so you better be here on Formula Virtual Racing. The Austrian Grand Prix should be a completely different ball game to today, but it should be as entertaining as ever, so you do not want to miss it. Make sure you hit that subscription button, go to our link tree, hit all the links there, subscribe to them, even the rule book, subscribe to that, and we shall hopefully see you next week, of course, for the Austrian Grand Prix. We'll leave you with a word from our title sponsor, Simulus Clothing. Stay safe, stay well, and we shall see you next time. Bye-bye. This program is brought to you by Simulus Clothing, official title sponsors of Formula Virtual Racing. But wait, there's more. Check out the official Formula Virtual Racing merchandise line out now exclusively to Simulus Clothing. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the program.